Hello agents, in this video I'm going to share with you my first build Untitled Update 8. I've already shared 2 community builds. You can find them on the channel from Mark and Penny. They're fantastic builds, go check them out. I have been receiving your messages guys, I will get around to it. We're going to be sharing loads more community builds as well. But in this video I'm sharing my first build. I said I'd share the builds that I come up with too. And for those that have watched me for the last couple of years, you know I love snipers. So this is my sniper build. This is very good. I can't... I'm actually quite happy with what I've built here. You'll have a look in this video at every piece I use and why, the weapons that I use. You can see on screen now how much it is wrecking heroic difficulty NPCs. This is solo. You can see the footage on it. I just needed something very quick to show you. But this is a team-based build and you'll see why in the video. If you do like this video, before we continue, hit that like button. Consider hitting subscribe for more content from myself. As I said, there's going to be a lot of community builds on the channel. I'll be sharing more of my builds with you. Turn on the bell notification if you don't want to miss those. But more importantly, at the end of this video, at the top of the video description, there's a link to our fantastic gaming community. It's very active. If you need to link up with other Division agents, it's a place to be, so come and check us out. So moving on to the build, this is how I make my sniper build. I'm going to take you through every single piece and explain why I use them. We're going to start with the weapons that I use. I really love to use the White Death bolt action, but it's not for every mission. Now if I'm doing cleaner missions or outcasts where enemies are rushing you, bolt actions are not the best, so I do use the Paratrooper SVD. But I'm doing Black Tusk or True Sons where enemies stand off a bit. This really wrecks. It's very good. You can see there, total damage 899.2k. Not even max rolled on marksman rifle there. Still need a better one, but I run Ranger as the talent, which amplifies weapon damage by 2% for every 5 meters I'm away from the target. You could use Breadbasket here, but Breadbasket doesn't really work. The mad thing is, as mad as it sounds, you're hitting too hard. By the time you stack Breadbasket, you're capped with the headshot anyway because its HP is so low. You don't notice it. So do not recommend Breadbasket for this bolt action at all. Ranger's the way to go there. People also say, why not Nemesis? You will hit harder with a Nemesis, so you'll see in the clip at the start of the video I'm hitting like between 5mm headshots, 6.5mm headshots. I think I got a 7mm headshot out of this White Death as well at real optimal range. I've actually improved this weapon since that video. It was around 840k when I recorded that. It's now 899, so I'll be hitting that much harder. The Nemesis does hit harder than this, however you got to charge it, and that's the issue. You're out of cover, you're charging it, and because you're charging it, you're missing more shots as well. You'll have the perfect shot, but you wait for the charge, the enemy moves and you miss it. You'll take damage, you got to get back in cover. The charge really does let the Nemesis down, even though they've altered it so there's no like time now. You can charge and take your time with the shot. It used to be where it shot automatic quite quick. So the Nemesis is good and it does hit hard. I think when I used the Nemesis I got a 9mm headshot once in the mission, but most of the time it's hitting around 7.5mm. So it does hit harder than this. You're just not hitting them as often, and for that reason I go to White Death. You might think different though, so do let me know in the comments. But yeah, the White Death for me beats the Nemesis. Now the Paratrooper SVD, so as I said, the White Death ain't for every mission. Certainly not for the Dark Hours raid. You've got to be quick on the Dark Hours raid. You've got to be doing a lot more shots than a bolt action can do. So I'd use a Paratrooper SVD. Again, marksman rifle can be better on this, the damage there. Headshot damage is only 111%, and that's what I forgot to mention about the White Death. You get the 137% headshot damage. It's really good. But I run Lucky Shot on the Paratrooper, so magazine capacity is increased by 20%. Missed shots on cover have a 100% chance to return to the magazine. I don't hit all my shots, so this is really good for me, but this is where you can use Breadbasket though. If you prefer that talent, you can stack those shots and get the higher headshots with it. Breadbasket will work on this if you do prefer that. I do think you're having issues with ammo though. Lucky Shot is definitely their talent to go with here. It's really good and very OP. Now I don't run both of these weapons often. Sometimes I will run the bolt with the semi-auto, but most of the time as a secondary I have an AR, and the AR as my secondary is the Pyromaniac. I'm thinking more of crowd control. If enemies get close to me, I have a flame turret equipped. I'll put the flame turret out, I'll burn them, and with this I'll be doing 25% extra damage to burning enemies, so I'll rinse through them a little bit quicker and get myself out of sticky situations. I can even choose to run around with this if I'm getting a bit bored of sniping. If my sniping's a little bit off on that day, I'll run around with this for a bit and just kill people. It hits hard. hard enough. After 3 kills, I'll apply burn into the next enemy I hit as well. Before we leave this, I do want to show you the mods as well, though it doesn't matter so much on the Pyromaniac. I've gone for accuracy mods there, but on the White Death, the mods that I've gone for, if you use the sniper specialization, you're able to get this scope, which gives you 45% extra headshot damage. That's why my headshot damage is so high. You'd have seen it in the title, and I'll show you in a second. I do the 5% weapon damage on the stiff integrated spring. I do the accuracy on the vertical grip, and they're the mods I use for that. On the paratrooper, it's more about stability. I want it to beam, so I've got weapon handling on the reflex sight. I don't want a scope on the paratrooper either, because that would just be really awkward. I get stability on this sturdy marksman mag, stability on the angled grip, and stability on the compensator. You can see I've just gone for all stability and weapon handling there, so my shots are beaming. And as I said, we'll just quickly look at the stats of the headshot damage on this White Death. Headshot damage is 352.4%, which is absolutely insane, and that can go up. That is going to go up as I mid-max. So that is all my weapons and what I use on the build. The pistol really doesn't matter. It has no value to this build whatsoever. Use whatever pistol you want. I advise putting a flashlight on for the dark areas in the game. But the gear pieces, let's move on to that now. So we've done the weapons. You'll notice I use 4-piece aces and 8s, but I don't use the chest or the backpack. The reason being is the talents are very selfish. So the aces chest, what will that will give you is that will give you a buff on the dead man's hand. And you'll see there that dead man hand amplifies some shots by 30%. What the aces chest does, it'll amplify them by 50% instead of 30. So let's quickly go through what aces does. With 2-piece aces, it's marksman rifle damage 15%, 20% headshot damage for 3 pieces, and then for the 4 pieces you are flipping cards just like you were on the old aces and 8s build, but it's very selfish now. After 5 cards are flipped, if you get aces and 8s, your shots are amplified by 2 shots, full house are amplified by 3 shots, and 4 of a kind are amplified by 4 shots for 30% damage. If you run the chest, that'll be 50% damage, but I'll show you a reason why I don't do that in a second. The backpack, what the backpack aces does is when you get a headshot kill, instead of flipping 1 card, you'll flip 2. Again, I think there's so many better talents you can use other than that. It's very, very selfish. I will make a selfish sniper build where it is for solo, and I'll release that on the channel when I make it. I'm just in the process of thinking about that now, and maybe the aces chest will come into play then, we'll see. But for now on this build, it really does not come into play, and you'll see when I get round to the chest and the backpack. So with the aces pieces, you just want a mask. You want weapon damage and headshot damage on all of these. You can see on the mask I'm using a headshot damage mod there as well. The holster is just weapon damage and headshot damage that you want rolled on there again. The gloves, same again, weapon damage and headshot damage. My gloves are the poorest piece of the build at the minute. Headshot damage is really low. I can get that up a bit when I get some better gloves. And then the knee pads there is headshot damage and weapon damage, as you could have guessed. So the chest piece and the talent that I go with is Overwatch. This is much better than the aces talent, and what Overwatch does is after staying in cover for 10 seconds, it increases you and your allies total weapon skill damage by 12% as long as you remain in cover or in a cover to cover move. This is so OP. My team are very grateful for it and they notice it. I'm in cover, I'm a sniper, this is pretty much always procced. We have weapon damage rolled on this chest, weapon handling, headshot damage, and a headshot damage mod. It's a Providence piece which is giving me headshot damage. This could also be a roldie though. You don't need a Providence chest. If you have an Heroldi chest, because I'm running an Heroldi backpack, you'll notice I get 10% marksman rifle damage there with the first piece, but the second piece would give me headshot damage as well, so it'd be absolutely no difference if this was a Heroldi. It makes it a little bit easier to farm this build because you have that option. But moving on to that backpack, which is the last piece of the build there, it's an Heroldi piece as we just said. I got weapon damage, headshot damage, weapon handling, and a headshot damage mod there. And again, I've got a team-based talent and it's opportunistic. Enemies I hit with my marksman rifle is going to amplify the damage they take by 10% from all sources. So let's just say we're on a difficult mission, we're doing challenging or we're doing heroics or even a raid. I'm sat in cover, I've got my Overwatch procced, and a tank comes out with lots of HP. I'll start shooting him. Everybody is going to be doing an extra 22% damage to that enemy, including myself and including from skills. That's so much damage there. It's really OP, especially on the raid when there's 8 of you, that's a lot of extra damage. I'm sure you can see what I mean about like that chest piece being a bit void in a team, because why would I just take 20% extra damage for myself for 4 shots when I can give my whole team all this extra damage? It just doesn't make sense for me. This is definitely the build to like go for if you are working in a team, and it's a very much team-based build. So that's my build. They're the pieces I use and how I have them rolled, and the weapons. I pretty much explained everything. Let me know what you think in the comments and how you make yours, and if this has helped you. The skills, we'll quickly look at that. As I said earlier, I want a flame turret. It's just for crowd control. If enemies get close to me, I've got mods on there: duration, burn damage, skill ace. It's not doing much though. I've got no skill tier, but it does help me out of sticky situations. I'll get that flame turret down, and I'll use my pyromaniac to kill enemies close up. The revive hive is there because I might go down, gets myself up, saves my team having to get me up if I go down. As a sniper, shouldn't be getting a lot of aggro though. I should be able to stay up, and what I can also do with this, if my teammates go down, I can chuck this out and I can get them up. I've got duration on there, revived armor on there, and radius on there. So they're the skills that I choose to use. Play around with these though. You might want to run decoy or something. You might want to run something else, a healer ball or healer drone. It's whatever you want there. It's not that important really. And that's it really. There's the specialization and why I use it. I'm not sure I've shown you the headshot damage. Let's quickly show you that in the stats. So with the white death there, 352.4 headshot damage. You can see that's going to go up a bit more when I do mid-max the build. Also, you'll see that my white death will probably go above 1 million once I mid-max the build as well. But I use the sniper specialization as well, and the reason for that, you might be thinking why sniper when I'm using snipers, but we have a look at the specialization here. It's got some very, very good perks. So the first one is you're going to be getting an extra 15% increased headshot damage with rifles and marksman rifles. So you're going to get that on this, and you're also going to get 15% increased weapon stability. That really helps with sniper rifle builds. And if we go down here a bit, you've also got round after round. After 20 seconds in cover, you start generating 5 marksman and 5 rifle ammo every 10 seconds. So if you're struggling with ammo, you can just switch to your secondary, wait some time, you can switch back, and you will have some ammo to use. And that is the build complete. I hope you did like it. If you did like this build, do hit that like button. Consider hitting subscribe for more content from myself. As I said earlier, I will be releasing a solo sniper build soon, which will show you me hitting even harder. It won't be a team-based one. If you want to check that out, turn on notifications and you won't miss it when that goes live. And also at the start of the video, I told you to check out a fantastic gaming community. Go check out the video description now. Click that link at the top and come and visit us in Discord. It's very active. If you want to link up with other agents, it's a non-toxic environment and people generally love it there, so come and check us out. But until the next video, thank you for watching this one, and peace out.